Hey, I forgot to remove that thing. Darn it. I hate when I do that. I hate when I do that. But we're here today to talk about the book Action Takers Who Get Shit Done. One thing I love about this book is the whole intention of it is to guide you in your personal life and your business life, some different tips, techniques, tools, and tricks that can help you to move forward. It's all about taking action and getting shit done. And I'm super excited to bring up one of our authors today. We have with us Joyce Hunter. Joyce, I'm so excited to have you here because I love your chapter. I just love your chapter. So thanks for being on this journey with us and sharing your message in this book, Action Takers Who Get Shit Done. I would love for you to share before we get into anything is what was it about this book that made you decide to join us?
Because it was direct. I loved it. I loved the title. And that's basically my whole life, getting it done.
What I love about that is that I almost hesitated on the title because I was like, oh, I don't really swear about that much. Like this is one word I say, and it felt a little uncomfortable. But I said, but wait a minute, this is what it's all about. It's about getting shit done, man, so that we
Yep,
can
that's
move
right.
forward in life. And so you just validated that for me. So
Yes,
thank you
that
so much.
yeah, same with me. That's not the normal language, but it's what I do.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And so your chapter in the book is titled, I love this, because Rebel with a Cause, finding your own yellow brick road. And first of all, it reminded me of The Wizard of Oz, the yellow brick road, finding the yellow brick
Yes,
road, and
yes.
discovering what that means for you, right? Because like they have the four characters, they all are looking for something different. They're going down the
Hmm.
same road to find that
Hmm.
path. So I would love for you to tell us, like, what is this chapter title all about and what does it mean?
Well, The Wizard of Oz is one of my favorite movies. That and Singing in the Rain. And so I thought about my career, my life, the things that I have done. And typically people have always said, why are you doing that? So that's, a rebel with a cause, because I don't just go off on a tangent and just because I feel like it. There is a mission, a vision, and the way to get it done that I call a rebel because nobody's ever done it before and nobody has tried to do it since. And then finally finding my own yellow brick road. You meet all kinds of characters along the way. Some share your vision, some don't share your vision. And you learn from each and every one of them, and that helps you get to your goal.
Oh, so true, right? Those mentors and coaches we meet along the way.
Yes,
Also, those people, the toxic people are put in our lives that help us to
yes,
learn, right? All those different ways. We're talking about
absolutely.
the book right now, Action Takers Who Get Shit Done. And you can get your copy at actiontakerspublishing.com/GSD. Go get your copy today. A lot of the authors have given free gifts, so go cash in on those free gifts as well. So I want to know, like your title, strategic doer and philanthropreneur. I said it. I said it. Share with us, like, because you already talked about, you are a person that can get shit done. What's something
Yes.
in your life that has come up that you've been like, wow, I can't believe I did that? Has that ever happened to you? Like, wow.
Absolutely, absolutely. Back in the old days, when I was with Lotus Development Corporation, we were given a challenge by Ernst and Young International. They liked what we had in Lotus Notes, and the challenge was to get Lotus Notes into all of their regions and offices within 12 months. That was a daunting task because that's 46 countries that we had to go visit within a 12-month period of time. And we didn't think it could get done. And the three of us, it was the two women from Ernst and Young, two directors, myself, and our Ernst definite person that we needed was our software engineer. He lived in Belgium. So we had a variety of different people that we pulled from around the world that believed in our mission. And that's what it's about. It's getting people to understand what your mission is and why should they care. That's the biggest question I ask everybody whenever I enter into a project or enter into an initiative. I always ask myself, why should I care? And then why should they care that we're doing this? So that's probably the biggest project that I ever had. The next one was, of course, doing an open data initiative when I was the deputy CIO at the Department of Agriculture. Nobody wanted to release their data. Nobody wanted to open their data up for public use and visibility. So the first time we tried it, we got maybe 10 data sets, and they were cats, dogs, rabbits.
Right.
Um, and so we decided to go back and rethink this. And noting that agriculture is a mission oriented organization, we decided to do our reach outs by mission. So this quarter, we're going to do fire. Next quarter, we're going to do water. Next quarter, we're going to do food safety. And by the time I left Department of Agriculture, we had almost 1,000 data sets inside because people responded to the mission that we were trying to get accomplished. And of course, with what I am doing now with my data science camp, when I was the deputy CIO at the Department of Agriculture, I decided President Obama came out with an open data initiative. And I said, there's a shortage of data analysts, data scientists, et cetera. And so I wanted to bring that opportunity to underserved, underrepresented, and underestimated youth in the United States between 14 and 18 years old. And so we created what we call the Science, Technology, Engineering, Agriculture, and Math Day Camp, Data Science Camp. And in 9 years, the camp's been going for 9 years. This is my 9th year. We've had almost 400 students come through the doors, so to speak. So the agriculture camp is held at the University of the District of Columbia. And the athletics camp, which we initiated 2 years ago, is housed at Bowie State University. And so, these youth come, the camp is free, it's 2 weeks, and it's project-led, design thinking, hands-on. They're not sitting in a classroom all day regurgitating information. They're actually doing things and presenting difficult policy initiatives that people don't think kids pay attention to, but they really do. And then we give them a voice to target those areas like hunger and poverty and urban agriculture and forestry and environmental in the environment. And so, those are some of the difficult things that people said couldn't be done.
Mm-hmm.
I did it anyway, even though it was mostly on a wing and a prayer and, mostly prayer. And so, but those are the things that I accomplished over those years. And 10% of those youth come back for a second year. They beg to come back. And then 10% actually do go on and take some data science or data science classes or data analytics. And a couple of them have even gone into agricultural science.
That's fascinating. I love how you're doing that. And you have this, really big vision, as you mentioned, earlier, is like, why should I care? Why should I want to be part of this? How do you get people to see your vision and just to have them see it so they can say, I got to be part of this? How do you do that?
I put myself in their shoes. And I turn it around and I look at it from their vision, their view of what things are going on. So why should they get their kids and sign their kids up for our camp, even though it's free? And most parents say, hey, yeah, free, yabo, and off they go. And they try to get their kids interested. But then the kids get into the camp, right? And they don't want to be there. Their eyes are rolling in their heads. It's the middle of summer. They feel that they can be out doing something completely different. Well, we entice them with some of the cool things that agriculture is doing, like the drones. What do drones do? And then we talk about design. How do you design a presentation? How do you get people to understand? Give them the reason why they should care. Give them the numbers and the statistics and the fact that there are going to be 10 billion people in the world in 2050. How are we going to feed them? I may not be around, so how are you going to feed them? That's why you should care. The war in Ukraine. Why is the blockage of the Black Sea so important to the rest of the world? Because if we don't get this under control and if we don't fix this pretty quickly, people in Africa and the Middle East will not have any grain this winter. So that's why you should care. The forest fires in Canada Why should we care about that? Well, there are so many people with breathing problems, and on top of the issues that we have with COVID, there are going to be a lot more that there are going to be many more sick people because of the bad air. In fact, I think the last 2 days, the air quality has been orange. And so for children and the elderly, it's really, really bad. And that's why they should care. Why should they care about food deserts? Well, what is a food desert? First of all,
Yeah,
that
what
means
is a
there's
food
no
desert? I was going to ask you that.
a food desert is where there are no grocery stores or no stores that can sell healthy fruits, vegetables, and grains in those stores. You have the corner stores, but most of the time they are not the latest and greatest. I mean, they're not the most healthy items, and you don't get a whole lot of fresh meats. You get a lot of fast food in a food desert area. And so we want to make sure that we talk about urban gardening, grow your own vegetables, and how you can do that. The University of the District of Columbia has a rooftop garden, and they also have places where you can actually plant your own vegetables and fruits and things like that, so that you can have something for not only your neighborhood, but you can have something for yourself. So that's what we teach them, policy issues that are affecting their lives every day. And that's why they really get interested.
Wow. And they also get interested, Joyce, because of your passion. Okay. Like, oh my God, I can hear it. It's just so amazing. And I just want to listen to everything you have to share because I'm hearing so many things I never heard of. Like I look out my window right now at my house and I see one of those community gardens. We have one out there in our neighborhood, but not everybody has space like that where there can be a community garden. Like you mentioned, the rooftop, rooftop gardens and things like that. There are some communities that need something more along that lines because they don't have
Mhm.
space to
Right.
hold an actual real garden, which is, what I'm fortunate to be around. And gosh, oh my gosh, we're running out of time, Joyce. There's not enough time with you. Well,
Well, another
first I want
another
to
way,
go
I'm
a
sorry,
little.
another way is containers. People are taking some of these abandoned containers, cleaning them out, and putting gardens inside these containers.
Aren't they poisonous though? I guess what I heard. I don't know what the
No,
truth is.
no, no, not at all. Not at all. If you get good containers and you clean them properly, they
Uh-huh.
can be just, they use them all the time in New York City.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, there's so much you can do, and that's the thing that like you're thinking outside of the box, and like how can we open up the box? Let's forget the stupid box.
Right. Exactly.
I'm
Who
so
put you in the
tired of the
box in the
box.
first place? Yeah.
Exactly, right, right. The community or the I guess I don't know, the government, put us into a box, and then our
Yeah.
teachers put so many people putting us in boxes. My parents,
Yes.
everybody put in a box.
Yes.
But let's jump out of the box. But I do want to make sure people know how to get in contact with you. They can find you at icitech.org. And what are they going to find over there when they head over to your website?
They're going to find a cybersecurity think tank. So we provide research, education, and outreach for a lot of different titles. AI is a big one right now, and all of our information is free. So you could go and download any of the research papers. You can also become a member of ICIT, where you get exclusive on the Hill, we call them. So the latest and greatest legislation that's coming down off the Hill, you get access to that, and you also get access to some of the private events that we are having. But we are a nonprofit, nonpartisan think tank residing at the crossroads of cybersecurity, national security, and critical infrastructure.
Man, I love it. I love it. So go check her out, icitech.org. And again, we're talking about the book Action Takers Who Get Shit Done. Get your copy at actiontakerspublishing.com/GSD. And so, Joyce, final question for you. What do you want the readers to take away when they read this book?
Think outside the box. I mean, just because somebody says you can't do it, don't walk away with your tail between your legs. Think about how you could get around some of the challenges that you're facing. Just get it done.
That's right. Get her done. Get her done.
That's right. Get it done.
Get it done. And thank you so much, Joyce, for being here, sharing your message. And I just absolutely love it. Your passion for what you do, it really does shine through. And I think that's when we have the greatest glory is when we can really live our passion through the work we do. That's one of the challenges that a lot of people have is finding work that they're actually passionate about, and you have done that. Thanks for being part of this book, and everybody, thank you so much. Go to actiontakerspublishing.com/GSD, get your copy of the book, and go cash in on those free gifts while you're over there. Thanks so much, Joyce.
Take care. Bye. Live long and prosper.
One of the things that I've personally found from my experience of working with Action Takers Publishing is that I've walked away with more friends than I had before, because of the relationship that you build with the authors while working in an anthology. I think it's an amazing project to be able to get published. It's a fantastic way to get published the first time, and I've almost seen people who get hooked on doing anthologies, because once that bug is bitten, you feel like you can release more and more and more and more stories, and Linda's got a bunch of titles that I think resonates with a lot of us who live in the real world.
Done. Oops. Bye, everybody. Cracks me up when I do that. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, bye. Go get the book, Action Takers Publishing.